Does your family have any traditions that are like untouchable? No matter what, it's going to go down that way. When me and Shauna got together, we learned that our family celebrated Christmas in totally different ways. My family, you open presents on Christmas Eve. You eat some pizza from Pizza Hut, and you open presents on Christmas Eve. Shauna's family, she wasn't allowed to open presents until Christmas morning. Well, we were kind of looking at each other like, what do you mean you got to wait? And she's kind of like, what do you mean you get to open them now? But as we've grown together, we've kind of made our own tradition to where we do it both nights now with our families.
Right. Hi, I'm Shauna, and this is Pete with Gollihe Family Discipleship, and we are ordained ministers with the Church of God. What we do is invite you into our home every day through social media and say, hey, come study the Bible with us. This is how we disciple our family, chapter by chapter, verse by verse, and we hope that it will encourage you to disciple yours. Today we are actually continuing our study of Romans chapter 14, and it's verses 5 through 6. It says, one person considers one day more sacred than another. Another considers every day alike. Each of them should be fully convinced in their own mind. Whoever regards one day as special does so to the Lord. Whoever eats meat does so to the Lord, and for they give thanks to God. And whoever abstains does so to the Lord and gives thanks to God.
So basically the Apostle Paul says that we can all serve the Lord in the manner that we see fit. Traditional Judaism, they worship the Lord, and their Sabbath day was on Saturday. It was sundown Sunday night to sundown Saturday evening, and what that was their traditional Jewish Sabbath day. Well, as Christians, we worship on new Christians, we worship up on Sunday, which is the first day of the week. And Scripture says they actually started doing that in the Bible because that's the day the Lord resurrected on. So actually every Sunday we're celebrating Easter. But let's just say you can't meet on one of those 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. You can or set aside any day to worship and serve the Lord. The important thing is that you take time for your body to rest and to spiritually focus and concentrate upon God.
Now, every day should be a day that you are fully devoted in honoring God. You're going to honor Him with your words, with your actions, deeds, with their thoughts, and with your heart. So it is something that we are fully convinced of through our own mind, knowing that, we do set aside a time to come together, to fellowship, to worship, to learn, to grow. But every day should be a day that we honor God. Even from the story of creation, we know that there was a day of rest. And God did not rest because He needed it, but God rested because He knew we needed it. So we have to make sure that whatever we do, we're doing as unto the Lord.
Right, and Jesus even taught that the Sabbath day, that man was not made for the Sabbath day, that we should serve it or worship it. But the Sabbath day was made for man so that we could rest.
Right.
And we could have a drawing nearer to God and time of focus and fellowship with Him. So we have to realize that it's not meant to be a chore to any of us.
Right.
It's not meant to burden us or to say, oh, you can't have any fun on this day, or you can't do this, or you can't do that, as the old laws say. You know what I mean? But what it actually is to bless us. The Sabbath day is meant to help us to be spiritually, physically, mentally more stable and more healthy than what we already are.
Pete talked about in the beginning about our Christmas traditions of opening presents, and everybody, you watch all these holiday shows and you talk to different people, and their families have different traditions, things that they do, stuff that they've held on for years and years and years. And the purpose for us to even give gifts is the same purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Whether his family gave on Christmas Eve or we gave on Christmas Day, the purpose was still the same. We were honoring God, showing His love because He gave His Son. So we give gifts to those that we love and care about, and it's a great time to help those that are in need. So the same purpose is there. Just like as we honor one day or celebrate God on the Sabbath or celebrate the Sabbath one day, it's okay. The same purpose is there. It's all for the Lord.
Right, and that's what it should be. It should be about your heart. It should be about you focusing upon God, you spending time with God, and you resting your body. So going forward this week, remember, we believe there's 4 things that a disciple of Jesus Christ will do every single day of their life.
And that's exalt God, encounter God, edify yourself with the reading of the Word, and engaging this world for Jesus Christ.
We're coming up on the election next Tuesday. Let's encourage you. Pray over it.
Yes.
Pray right now that God's will is done.
Yes.
Nothing political on who to vote for, but seek God's will before you go to the ballot.
Absolutely.
God bless.
Until next time.